UBS raising its S&P 500 year-end target after the Fed's pivot in December triggered an unexpected rally at the end of the year. Josh Schafer is following this story and joins us now. Joshua.
Josh, so we have been talking for all of November and December about these S&P 500 outlooks, right? And we have been talking, a lot of people, I think our median was somewhere around 4,800 in that range. The S&P 500 almost hit 4,800 while we were having those discussions. So we've sort of been waiting to see, okay, what do strategists think as they sort of go back to the table, reassess the rally, and come back and sort of say, okay, what are we actually looking at for 24 now post-rally? UBS is now the third firm that we track in the last month alone to upgrade the S&P 500 year-end target. So UBS moving from 4,850 to 5,150 on the S&P 500. That's a little over a 7% upside from where we are today, and a large part of that is what you're looking at on your screen now. Earnings. S&P 500 earnings for the full year of 2024 haven't come down as much as they normally do. We know those projections often start to come down. UBS essentially saying that given the Fed's pivot, but then also just taking a look at above trend 2024 EPS revisions, they now see the upside in their base case. Remember, when we talk about S&P 500 targets, guys, we're essentially talking about what strategists think the EPS on the S&P 500 is going to be and extrapolating that out to what that means for a price, right? So if we think earnings are going to be better, earnings drive stock performance, right? So if earnings are going to be better, then stocks will be better. That's sort of the take here from UBS. And I think overall, the takeaway for me, now 3 firms saying that in the last month, that maybe we're going to be a little bit better off than we thought.
And it's interesting because we are so early into the earnings season, of course, Josh, but I know you've also been looking into the recent investor interest in small caps. What can you tell us about how the good old Russell's doing?
Yeah, we've been talking about the market rally, right? And we can't talk about the rally over the last 2 months without talking about that Russell 2000, up over about 16% since its low in October. And Bank of America had its fund managers survey out today, and there was a really interesting chart in it for me talking about the Russell 2000. And it says that for the first time since June 21, fund managers now see large caps as expected to underperform small caps. That is not a common call on Wall Street. We don't see that very often. The last time we saw it in this big of a measure was June 21. You saw it a little bit in January 2021, but not a normal call to see. But it is in line when you think about the market action that we've been showing with Russell 2000 on your screen. It's been quite a rally for small caps, right? Yeah. With interest rates expected to come down, a lot of people on the street are highlighting that they think small caps are a smart play right now. Goldman Sachs, one of those out over the weekend, highlighting that they still like small caps, even given the rally. A lot of what people are talking about here, and a key thing to watch, Josh, you just mentioned retail sales a little bit ago, and just overall economic growth, right? Yep. The call on small caps here is that we're not going to go into a recession. That the economy is going to continue to grow, and that will be a boost for small caps. So if you're wondering about small caps, I think that's one of the key things to watch here is, do we keep seeing this robust consumer growth and the economy stay afloat? That's sort of the base case for the positive call on small caps.
Yeah, we've had some strategists recently who were positive on small caps, but then they actually started trimming their position a bit because of the rally you're talking about.
Yeah, Lori Calvasina at RBC, who's been on small caps for a while now, she's come on our air for a while now and said, it's time to buy small caps. I want to go fishing in small caps. She was one of the first strategists to come out and say, all right, maybe too many people like them.
Right.
Maybe too many people are in on small caps right now, and it's time to start wondering, should we back off a little bit? She said, one of the key signs, it was underbought. And now you're looking at it maybe being closer to overbought when we're talking about small caps. Yeah. So something to think about when you see something
a few too many fans.
Right.